Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Hardspace Shipbreaker, where I haven't quite finished scrapping that other ship yet, but I think I went up a rank, and that appears to have unlocked this message that I wanted to make sure to get on camera. Ghost ships from Lynx HR. Notice to all shipbreakers. Starting this week, we will be receiving semi-regular shipments of ships found abandoned near the edges of the frontier. You may hear others refer to these as ghost ships, but please note, ghost ship is a colloquialism. Lynx takes no responsibility for any non-corporeal entities encountered aboard these vessels. The two halves of this sentence are at odds with each other. These ships have been gently used by previous crews before being discarded for reasons we are not legally required to ascertain. A reminder that all vessels, either previously Lynx-owned or otherwise, void their ownership rights if uninhabited for 3 days. Wow, that is fast. Under stellar law, Lynx has first salvage rights to uninhabited vessels, as outlined in the handbook. Please note that while a preliminary sweep of the ship has been done, revealing only minorly anomalous readings, a more in-depth assessment of any issues, terrestrial or otherwise, is the sole responsibility of the assigned shipbreaker. Well, now that sounds interesting. Okay, new ship type that can show up. These look fun. Maybe we'll do one of those next. We'll probably do a ghost ship next.
I want to check in with you about Hal. Listen, back around where I grew up, you cross paths with all kinds of critters. Possums, coyotes, bears. And once in a while, you find yourself nose to nose with a bobcat. Bobcat's an unpredictable creature. A scared one, just as likely to fight tooth and nail as it is to scamper away. Now, Hal is terrified of not measuring up to the rest of us, failing, losing his status, and he's fixing for a fight, driven by that fear inside him. Thing is, Bobcat's just another animal. Hal, he's only human. You understand his fear. You can reason with him. So, I'm working on taming our local wildcat. Now you stay strong. We'll be through this soon enough. See you out there, Cutter.
You know, I appreciate that little bit of wisdom from Weaver. It would be very easy to paint this character as just sort of like a trying to keep his head down, ultimately ignorant to the world, not getting involved in things, but like the focus on fear there is remarkably insightful. I don't necessarily agree with his assertion that as long as you understand the fear, you're like most of the way through the difficult part, but good luck to him. All right. Let's finish this fucking thing and then get on a new ship. So I was trying to move this whole deal just into the processor rather than pulling the furnace bits out because that seems tedious.
Credit applied.
And as you can see, I did get it to move some. I mean, all the valuable parts of this thing are processor parts anyway, well, except for these airlock panels that I had foolishly failed to pull off.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
But I was having a little bit of trouble getting it moving. So let's start by attaching all of these posts to the inside of the processor. It's weird that I can't get it. I mean, that's fine, I guess, for the moment. All we have to do is get it kind of close, right? And the processor mouth will deal with the rest. Is that moving at all? No. All right, just kind of get back there. Trying to exert as even a pull as possible on this thing. It is, in fact, moving slowly. That's okay. That tether did not grab onto the thing I was pointed at. You know, as they sometimes don't. Because this is laziness right here. This is what I'm doing right now, is I'm too lazy to chop that and get the internal furnace cage out of it. It just seems like a lot of work. All right, we got a couple of big rings here from the back. Valuable object processed.
Raw material processed.
That door was 1,000 credits. Things went pretty smoothly with this after the bit that y'all saw. This it'd be happening faster. Okay. 2 you can go. The tethers are starting to time out. As I'm getting more ambitious with the tethers and trying to move longer and longer things, I am starting to see the value in the increased duration.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
All right, all I'm really concerned about is hitting that last salvage goal here. I wonder how close it has to get before the processor pull takes over. It might be where the yellow caution line is, but also I feel like I've been over that yellow caution line plenty of times and it hasn't done the thing. But this is it, right? This is the last piece. Yeah, the last piece of any meaningful size. I already scrapped the airlocks themselves and yep, alright. I figured like I could have cut this all apart, but what if instead of that I didn't do that? What if instead of that, laziness? Okay, so the answer is yes, that is in fact... Nope, no. Attach the... Yeah, there we go. Had to attach the grapple to something to reel myself out of there. But we don't know exactly how strong that force is. It doesn't even pull me in very hard, so one assumes it probably would not exert very much pull on a thing this massive. That said, we're still definitely moving in. I mean, we may as well attach the remainder of the tethers, right?
Caution.
All right,
Out of tethers.
just get in there. Still got plenty of demo charges. Don't need to change that out. All there is to do is wait for this to go in. So how are y'all doing? Oh, wait. This part didn't actually... Oh, what am I doing? Can I move something this big now with just the normal grapple? Yeah, sort of. I totally didn't actually grab the tailplate. I grabbed the 2 rings that were next to it. Well, this gives us something to do while we wait. I could just go buy more tethers, I suppose. I'm really, really curious about the ghost ships. I'm very excited to see one of these. And I will say also, this game has a very effective sort of like power ramp up. I really feel the upgrades that we've had, or that we've gotten so far. And that's... The whole thing is just very satisfying. The actual gameplay of this game totally rules. Oh yeah, that's got the thruster cap on it too. That's going to be really valuable. Yep, that's kind of what I thought. Alright, well, we may as well go back and buy the tethers, because we know we're going to need to. And it may turn out to be the case that I need to use some of them.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Have a nice day.
50 tethers per 18,000 credits. Oh, also, this is still here. Just zoomed right past this. Let's, Move all this stuff out. I got very focused on my goal there and forgot about all the other things I still need to do. Okay, that's not at all what I wanted. I hate the way so much stuff in this game, like it'll draw the tether path, and then the moment you release the tether button, it will all of a sudden jump to a different object. Very untrustworthy. I know that as soon as this thing actually gets, like as soon as any part of this crosses the line of the mouth, it's going to get gobbled up really fast. We just got to get it to that point. And apparently we don't even need it. Well, I'll blow another set of tethers on this, frankly. I don't mind that too much. Because again, at 50 tethers for 18,000 credits, they are essentially free. Okay, moving. Gradually, but moving. And this is not as clean of a pull. This is kind of... It's getting shoved in kind of a lot of directions here. But all it needs to be doing is going inward.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Is it starting to eat the... Yeah, I think so. There's certainly nothing else it could be. I was really hoping that as soon as the processor grabbed the first bit, it would just eat it right up the way the furnace does, but I guess the fact that the processor doesn't unmake the things as they cross the threshold does slow it down a little bit.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
The actual cage is the valuable part. There we go. That's starting to get in there, and it is starting to get unmade. So as it gets less massive, it's going to keep moving faster. All right, I was starting to get worried that this was going to turn out not to actually be doable.
Credits transferred.
We are going to lose tethers here in a second, but hopefully it'll maintain a fair amount of momentum. Ooh, wow. Okay. It crossed a movability threshold somewhere there.
Got 5 minutes left in this
All right.
shit before they turn the lights out on you.
And hey, look at that. The bar is actually full. Would it, in the end, have been faster to do that the proper way? Yeah, I think so, actually. I think in my quest to be lazy, I actually made myself a bunch more work. All right, a mere 4 million. It's fine.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have one incoming transmission waiting.
Hey, Rook. Lots going on, huh? I hope you're doing okay. I've been checking in on the others, too. Everyone's pretty spooked right now. You know, I've been wondering if it'd be better for me to keep my head down. I've been fighting my whole life. And, well, I'm tired. And I can't tell how much I'm risking myself or risking others. Sometimes feels like no one else is really on the same side. Like, I'm the only one trying. Maybe it's not worth all the energy and risk. Sometimes I wish I was just back home, listening to tapes, tinkering with bikes, having a beer with my old man. Anyway, I'll let you get some rest. See you in the yard. Blue out.
Must fix posters. Ah. All right. They're all skeletons except for the one that says decor. I think that's probably fine, actually.
Hello, Shipbreaker. This is your morning wake-up call.
Hooray. I appreciate that that's the sticker for that, like very, very clearly indicating that is the thing they intend you to do, is anchor yourself to those and then use the reel to pull yourself out of the processor. Okay, no new messages, no new nothing. Let's go have a look at what weird ships are available. Actually, sorry. We had a meaningful upgrade there that I did intend to purchase. And I guess we do need to apply our repair kits here. Maybe not. I'll repair this. Just keep that handy. But I was thinking about buying Charge Push 3. But then we saw extra demo charges and, like, for sure, right? The efficiency. Ooh. Impact deployment. If I buy this, I will just kill myself with it, right? There's no... Yeah, let's maybe be a little cautious. And this is just one token too expensive. All right. Let's go to that there menu. So we need an ion coil, ideally. Are the ghost ships... Ooh. Is that how ghost ships are marked? What I was going to say is, are the ghost ships going to be marked at all, or are we going to discover their ghost ships after we start cutting? But I think this one might be a ghost ship. I think we should go look. It doesn't have an ion coil, and this thing does. And I do want to advance the ship doctor thing, but we have to look, right? I must know. I have no regard for my own well-being. This is the thing that's important to me now. Yeah, it's got some spooky music.
Might need to be a little careful with this ship. She's been giving us some grief. Found her floating. No one aboard, no distress signals. Manifest been completely wiped. It's like they took a long walk, never came home. Just keep an eye out, all right? Don't think any little green men are gonna come jumping out at you, but there might be some leftovers of the crew. Weaver out.
Okay, this ship's design is curious. So, like, obvious, real bad news, everything's pressurized, which is a little annoying. But also there are other concerns. So was there another... No, there is not another airlock. This is how we're going in. We need to take a look at this reactor situation. I will sting a ghost. If we see one, I will simply sting the shit out of it. Ghosts hate heat, right? A ghost is essentially a bubble full of spirit. I think. This is actually scary, though. Oh, no. Okay. Unusual reactor design. We're gonna have to depressurize this shit. So, I mean, there's not really anything for it. I think we're gonna just vaporize an airlock door. And then we will fucking vent the ghosts into space. Let's see how they like that. Nope. There we go. Oh, hey, the regulator survived. Cool. I didn't actually even look. Like, I know we could have regulated the room the ECU was in, but I guess it was all one chamber, right? So, yeah, I could have done that without... Well, whatever. this worked too. And who knows? It might have been the atmosphere regulator that was haunted. For all you know. So stop criticizing me? I guess is why I'm getting really standoffish with nobody in particular. I don't know. It's real spooky, but for the moment, nothing's happened. So I guess we just keep working. And we'll see. We'll see if something untoward occurs. So we can cut the rings apart. So we can take the back panel fully off. What are these plates holding in place? I mean, the aperture that those plates create is not large enough to pull the aperture out, or pull the reactor out anyway, right? So I don't think it matters. What we might be able to do here is just completely disconnect the middle part from the back and just pull the reactor out toward the middle. Alright, so we need to go back outside here now and disconnect this stuff. I could probably get all 4 of those if I were a little bit more careful about it. So I need to hit an angle where, yeah, like here. Right? Yeah, cool. I heart efficiency. Fun efficiency, mostly. So what we're going to do here is we're going to cut these airlocks loose, and then I'm just going to apply the deeply scientific and technical engineering strategy of I'm going to wiggle it around some until things break off, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Damn it, let me get the... Okay. Commence the jiggling. Yep, that's how that was supposed to look. All right, cool. Here's the thing. You can't say it didn't work. So there. Again, very standoffish. My radio still sounds pretty haunted. So it doesn't seem like the spookiness of the situation was really reactive to my vent it into space plan. Oops, don't delete the whole wall yet. Not until you mean to. Okay. So this is not actually separate, huh? Shouldn't it be though? Hold on. Let's get in here and have a look. It does look like everything that was connecting this to the rest of the ship has been sliced. Ship continues to be creepy. And we're going to need to remove this too. We may as well do it. So wait, this is going to the barge. I guess just cut this part away. As we have in the past. It's definitely creepier when we're told don't do that in the staticky halting robot voice. So why is this bit of the ship still attached? Oh, I see. Those Those plates are holding on the ion ring. Okay. Well, we can just melt this wall, pull out the ECU, and then pull the reactor out through here. It's not 100% ideal, but if the thing's going to be recalcitrant, I suppose it is a plan. See, like, this ring here should be disconnected from the rest of the ship, I would think. Aha. There was stuff underneath the plate. Also, if we're going to salvage this ECU... Okay. Now it should be disconnected. Is that doing anything? Doesn't look like it's doing anything. No, it's... I'm moving the whole fucking thing, aren't I? That's wild that I can do that. Oh, because here's where the break is. I'm moving the part... The ion ring is connected to the part that's detached. It's all extremely heavy. All right, so I am, in fact, able to move this whole monster. Let's get this off of here, and then I can sort out what to do with it later. We don't have to delete the furnace plate if I can peel this off, because we can pull the furnace out through what used to be the inside. But we will pull the reactor out first. I'm holding the brake as hard as I can. I'm really getting pushed by the force of my
Got about
attempts to
5
move
minutes
this
left
thing.
in this shift cutter. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Weave her out.
All right, well, it does feel like this was not the most productive shift. Did that end up in the... Yeah, that's going to end up over there. I do not love this angle. But I think it's serviceable. Okay. The whole reactor thruster assembly is actually totally loose. And I suppose there's a version of this where I could actually just pull the whole thing out of the casing. But I think we're cool to pull the reactor down. I think we can... I think I can maneuver it through here. I'd feel a lot better if this bit were further that way and this bit were further this way. Still getting lots of ghost noises. All right, I'm gonna pull the lever and we're gonna make it happen. Oh, the thruster ejection switch is unpowered. Probably disconnected everything, wiggling it around so much. All right, I want to make sure I have a relatively clean path here. We'll have some time because we pulled the coolant. Just through there. Through here. Come on. There we go. Okay. Ended up happening a little bit weird, but it's fine. And at this point, we can pull the ion ring. I was very leery of attempting... What am I doing? I was very leery of attempting this cut while the reactor was still in there, because I have had some detonation issues in the past. And the last thing you want is a premature... I mean, you know, construct the rest of the joke for yourself. I'm busy over here. So I don't know, it's creepy because there's no music, but so far that's been the extent of it. Oh, I didn't actually... didn't actually disconnect all the parts of the ion ring. That's probably like pretty important. There we go. All right. In the past, this has been sufficient. Yeah, that seems like it's going to work. Okay. So we have this one furnace door, which, as we all know, is the most beautiful phrase in the English language. But aside from that, most of this stuff is processor fuel, right? Like, let's get the ECU out of here and dunk it in the barge, and then I'm just going to throw that entire big piece into the processor. Right, I did forget to cut the other half of the ion ring free as well, because I'm,
Cutter, wrap it up.
you know,
You got about a minute left.
very good at my job is the polite thing I will say. Trying to curb the negative self-talk, but I'm finding it very difficult. And I pulled the airlock console already, right? Did I do that? Well, I mean, it sure ain't here anymore. Yeah, pretty much everything else. Huh? Okay, that was spooky. I found that a little unpleasant, but nothing actually happened. The sudden feeling of being crushed that's a creepy thing. I don't know. Ghost seems like a big word for what we've experienced here so far. This makes me want to do the data drive thing so much less.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Please enjoy the following inspirational message.
It's hard to imagine anyone anywhere wanting to help a marketing
Happiness
firm.
is the key to success. If you love what you do, you will be successful.
All right, let's.
Man, don't know about all of you, but ghost ships really creep me out.
I mean, they're not really ghost ships, Kai. Just a malfunctioning AI. Nothing to be afraid of.
Do we know that?
I'm not so sure. They give me a really weird feeling, especially with that high pitch.
I was just kind of curious what would happen. I figured it would be nothing because it said cut level 5. But now we know. And I guess we're not going to hear the rest of that dialogue. Reason for replacement: an explosion on site claimed your body. This is good. This is a good use of corporate passive voice there.
Wait. What scream?
Yeah, like, when you cut them.
What are you talking about?
I'm really confused right now. You're not hearing this? Are you messing with me?
I swear. Kai, we're not messing with you.
You're hearing it too, Cutter, right? Just a lot of superstition around these things. Like Lou said, just a pile of old AI tech. Nothing more.
Screaming when you cut them. I don't think we heard any of that. Oh, I should probably disconnect this. So I blew up the thruster, yeah? Huh, seems like it. But it didn't, I was expecting it to redden more of the bar, you know? Weird. All right, I'm not going to worry about all this little scrap. We're just going to get back to moving big pieces. Here, let's disconnect the middle from the front. And then we'll see about scrapping this middle bit, and I guess I'll pay more attention, see if we hear any screaming. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Forgot that the front part of the ship was pressurized. Well, problem solved itself now. Interesting. The cockpit was able to cycle its airlocks and save itself? Or maybe something in the cockpit? Ooh. I don't know. Mostly I'm disappointed by what we've seen so far here. You know what? I'm not actually sure that we can do this without damaging the panels and everything, and I don't know for sure that I want to damage the panels. So let's cut this the slower way, I guess. Okay. Well, these things are remarkably still, like, together, considering the decompression event that just occurred. There we go. Just got to give it a little force. Sometimes you got to jiggle the handle like you mean it. Definitely not a bad strategy that is just going to lead to the destruction of whatever object you're working on. Can't see how that would be the case. Let's get these airlock consoles off of here before I forget, because we all know that I will. And then this thing. And I think we're going to do the same thing with this cage that we did with the last one. It's worth noting that the middle section of that last ship, where the cage was really heavy, was 2 big cage segments long. So this one won't be nearly as massive and shouldn't be as much trouble to move. Get face out of... Ugh. I'll say this, it's got me a little jumpy. Every time we encounter like a little bit of weird physics, I'm like, oh, is this because the ship's haunted? But on the whole, so far, pretty unimpressed with these particular space ghosts. And anyone who knows me will tell you, I am generally pro... Oh, this part is also too... Well, whatever. Do I have the... Okay, again, some pretty weird physics there, where me pulling down on a thing caused it to go upward. We've got enough force on our grapple now that I don't... Oh, get in there. Using the one pod to bludgeon the other pod into place would have been a cool strategy, had it been... you know, at all on purpose. Okay. Yeah, we have enough pull strings now. This is only like marginally slower than using the tethers. Most of the time, provided that I'm positioned correctly. Okay, that's just a door, and as such, not worth my time. Actually, did we... We did totally strip this middle, or this first middle section. That went really fast. Alright. The lack of music is making me a little nervous, commentary-wise. I feel like I have so much more space I have to fill. Maybe it'll be more spooky and haunted once we're working in the parts of the ship where there used to be people. Could be, could be. Okay. Let's move some coolant tanks. It is actually a little helpful that the grapple physics are so weird because when I start pulling the pods off, they set the drum to spinning, which makes it a lot easier to get the pods on the other side. But it's hard to imagine that it's the intended design, right? These will be easier to get from over here. Okay. So, the probably smart move here would be to cut this into 2 pieces and then just dump it all in the processor that way, because I cannot be bothered to put the furnace cage into the furnace. Although I guess we know that as far as the furnace parts go, the bit that's valuable is the plate on the edge. So maybe I could, maybe the move is here, cut these big plates free. Trying to make sure I actually get all of the structural members at once, because we've reached new thresholds of laziness here. My fuel levels are fine. Probably need to zoom down on that a little bit. Okay. Big plates in the furnace, cages in the processor. And we'll call that good. Oh, I didn't cut the... Didn't actually cut all the structures. There we go. The little bits of furnace metal in the middle of the cages. Not worth my time. Is this
Cutter,
sufficient?
5 minutes remaining in this shift. Get in while the getting's good.
Probably need a little bit more force here. Okay. I really do wish that it wasn't going to make that noise the whole time. Because, like, first of all, low fuel level, not even a big deal. But secondly, even if we ran fully out of fuel, I could still get myself back over to the station. Okay, let's do the ion ring, and then we can refill a bunch of stuff all at once.
Material deposited. Transferring credits. Deposit accepted for processing.
All right, hooray!
I was gonna mention, you see those weird nodes?
No?
Lynx doesn't want them, and they don't seem to be responding to any method of deactivation. You got 2 ways of dealing with them. 1, you burn them up with your cutting tool on the spot. Or 2, you chuck them in the furnace.
Oh, I think I see what he's saying. This thing. No, that's a red light being cast from behind. Okay, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. We'll figure it out in a second. Let's go do some refills. Yeah, given how much fuel you actually use when moving around, they give you the fuel warning way too early.
Thank you for your purchase. Have a nice day.
Okay, that'll roll off of there just fine. Those weird nodes. I don't know. So this bit maintained its pressurization. I think I'm just gonna blow it. Okay. Let's disconnect the... disconnect the outer wall. Easy. It has become routine. She says, waiting for the ghost to show up. I'm trying to give it every opportunity to like really enter dramatically here, and it's disappointing us tremendously.
Cutter, you gotta deal with them nodes. Burn them up or chuck them in the furnace.
I haven't seen anything that I would describe as a node. Like, I got no idea what he's talking about, unfortunately. Are they making... Did they make the ion ring less valuable? Oh, there we go. Yeah, see.
You gotta burn it up or toss it in the furnace.
I see, I see. So this ion ring portion is still live, though. If I go burn the nodes up now, can I do that? Am I allowed? Because, like, the ion ring... Oh, the ion ring will cut. Okay. Am I allowed to just put my face in the barge? It's not going to eat me, right? Huh.
Yeah, there we go, Cutter. That's how it's done. Next one you see, just rinse and repeat.
Okay, easy enough. Oh, processing the nodes is worth money itself. And then in theory, it'll make the ion ring be accepted by the barge as well. Damn it, I was really hoping to finish that before the shift ended. Okay, I think I did. I don't know what Weaver was about to say to us, but... Yeah, 11 million. Not too bad, especially considering that I only kind of knew what was going on for a pretty large portion of it.
Shipbreaker. Please enjoy this inspirational message. The last 10% of a job takes as much energy as the first 90%, which is why it's so important to always give 110%.
I'm starting to see the value in the tether lifetime. All right. Wait, sorry. Did I need to do repairs at all? Yeah. But probably that's it. Okay. Let's get back to it. Maybe Weaver will continue his message when we get back out there. Oh, interesting. Destroyed ion ring. Oh, because the barge clears everything at the end of a shift, so the bit we didn't... Okay, I see, I see. I will say it's very disappointing to have the ghost ship just be... Oh, actually, there's like... It's an AI. It's computer stuff. Not to say that computer stuff can't be spooky. We've certainly all seen terrifying rogue AIs of various kinds. But, you know, it's just... I had such hopes. As it is, what we've seen so far, I'm still less scared of it than a room full of storage bins.
Object process. Transferring credits.
I mean, I guess we could just depressurize that from inside. I don't need to destroy that. Okay, so speaking of inside, I think there's nothing left to do but go in.
Material accepted.
And we have depressurized the vast majority of it. It's just these two airlocks that need to be corrected.
Airlock depressurized.
And I guess we're going to see if anything real spooky happens.
Airlock depressurizing.
Okay. Pressure's clear. And I mean, I guess, like, the ship maybe behaves strangely, and that's explained by there's a weird AI. Oh. It's real blue in here? It's bluer than usual. Bluer than you generally see. Okay, there is a generator. I kind of figured. I don't know. I'm sort of bummed out for it all to have a mundane explanation, you know? I guess it's fine. They didn't want to tell a story that was explicitly supernatural, but I just like that stuff is all. It kind of feels like they weren't even considering what I personally, me, SB, would want over, you know, everybody else in the audience and their own wishes. That's not close enough to actually hit the button. All right, I think that was it. Yeah, okay. All clear, let's start pulling plates. Honestly, we might be able to wrap this up this shift, which would make it, honestly, a pretty efficient dollars to ships, or dollars to shifts ship. Oh, I didn't actually cut the. There we go. Oh no, I pulled the airlock panel on the outside of that one. That's right. I just have to make sure I get. Wow, what were the odds? I managed to just rip the airlock panel off of that instead of grabbing the rest of the. Bizarre, truly bizarre. Okay, I do have to make sure I get the airlock panel off the outer wall here, though.
Salvage is secured. Applying credits.
Oh, that's weird. Grapple decided it knew better than I did, I guess.
Accepted for processing.
Nope, get out of the ship. I don't know, maybe it's just me. It does kind of feel like physics are being a little weird. It's probably just me.
Applying credits.
Okay, the ship's closing the doors on me. I guess that's fun. You'd think, though, that it would recognize by now that I am not afraid to simply obliterate a door. I wonder if that crush warning out of nowhere that we got earlier was in fact something about the ship, because I was not in a position to be crushed. Like, we were inside of one piece of ship that was moving, but it was just one piece of ship. Like, there was nothing for it to crush us against. I don't know. I think that should be separation for a lot of these parts. Yeah, there we go. And I guess it's important for me to look for nodes, but... Oops. Okay, that stuff's still connected to the back. We can peel off the parts that were in the ring that had the airlock in it. That's easy enough. And then, honestly, this bit's not connected. Yeah, this bit's not connected to the internal structure at all. I don't even need this to come apart. We can throw this ring and the whole front of the ship in all together.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Okay, that should be pretty clean. And that makes it really easy to grab this.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
And then this ring is also loose, right? No. It's attached to the furnace plate in a way that we probably can't do anything about.
Credits deposited.
Alright, get the hell in there.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Oh, shoot. Alright, losing control of my thrusters just a tiny bit here. Alright, there's not like a connector in here, I don't think. So let's pull these panels. We're not going to pull this ladder because this ladder is haunted. Nobody's going to buy a haunted ladder. I mean, that's just economics 101 right there.
Salvage registered.
All right, ship. I mean, okay.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
How do I disconnect? I'm gonna unmake this door real quick. Get the other panel in here. There's really
Salvage core.
not too much more of value. The only thing that would be helpful...
We're looking at 5 minutes left in your shift cutter. Do what you do. Weaver out.
would be disconnecting... Oh, right. I remember. There's a little bit of weirdness because these, the storage bins in here... Oh. Hello. Maybe pull some data from that. The storage bins in here are actually holding the walls together. So now that those are separated, was that all we need? Because I do, like, if I want this last reward, and I do, to be clear, I have to be real careful about the amount of stuff I destroy from here on. These doors are 1,000 each. These don't matter. But the larger structure I absolutely care about. I might be able to pull the... Nope, the storage bin turned on me. Oh, no, no. Okay, we got this one out. I would love to get the storage bins out of here. Both so that I don't have to be anywhere near a storage bin that might be haunted, and also because there's really very limited room for maneuvering in this space. What is that? Oh, it's a circuit board. Okay, yeah. Cool. These are AI notes. Presumably responsible for the behavior of the doors in here. And yeah, they do scream a little bit. So we've only heard that AI presence removed thing that one time, right? I don't think I heard that on any of the others, which makes me think that it's probably the you're done indicator rather than just like a thing that plays sometimes when a node is removed. Which would be great because I would love to be able to score this fucking ship. Okay, so I think we are just going to lose the furnace panel here, which is to say I may as well cook some bits of it off now and make it easier for me to get the computers out of this room. Not to slam it into every wall. Did I? Okay, I got myself a little turned around there. Yeah, shit, that was a lot of money. Managed to withdraw a battery pack without significantly damaging it for the first time ever.
Cutter, you got 1 minute left. Time to shift your biscuits.
No, this sucks. It sucks. Okay. Well, let's shift our biscuits, I guess. Weaver says. And I just don't know how to get this processor bit off this wall. Yeah, so we're not going to make our goal then. All right, that's fine. I'm just gonna try to guide this thing in the 18 seconds we got left. Hey, that actually worked. Oh, it was free. All right, well, whatever. Just get in there, score me as much as you can, because we're not coming back to this ship for another shift. Okay, it was loose. It just needed more of a shove, but when I was pulling on it, it did seem like it was still connected. Like it was really snugly attached.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52.
Hooray.
Weather report, clear and sunny, with a high of -270 degrees.
All right, here's what I want to do. Before we call the episode here, let's go hit one of these ships that does contain an ion coil. Yeah, we'll start on the Little Roberts. We're going to do one shift on this ship, and my goal is to just find and grab the ion coil more than anything else, because I want to make some progress on the ship doctor. And then we'll do the actual proper cutting apart of this vessel, provided that it looks interesting, during the next episode. And you know what? If it doesn't look interesting, I'll do it off camera. All right, so first things first. Let's get inside. How pressurized are we? Maximally. Okay. Looks like one airlock. It's gonna be a pain in the ass like last time. It's fine.
Airlock depressurizing. Airlock pressurizing.
Alright, lots of loose stuff just floating around. Mysterious. Okay, not that mysterious. Just some basic hydroponics, in fact. Okay, so it was a grow vessel. That's cool. Got a crew cabin here. I like these gecko class ones. They really feel more like functional spaces, you know? Ooh, hey, that's a poster I don't have. Dr. Doris Singh, inventor of the railgate. That is not the inventor of the railgate that we've been given previously, is it? Huh, I don't know. It's just busted. Well, if we atmospherically regulate that room, it's not actually going to help us very much because we won't be able to leave. So we'll worry about the regulator later. Ooh. This stuff's all neat. I reckon you got to be real careful removing these hydroponics cabinets. Right, how do I reach the maintenance area? We could pull the... I mean, I guess there's no reason not to, right? Nothing happens particularly from pulling coolant that we're aware of. So I may as well just do this now so I don't have to worry about it later. Things sure howls at you when you do it, though. So there's our generator. I mean, I could just cut the glass and enter the maintenance space that way. Wait, that's the airlock. So is this... Ah, this is the maintenance entrance. Okay. And you know, there is an atmosphere regulator in here. So we could flush the largest portion of the ship safely. And then... Yeah, I like that idea. But again, I don't want to mess with any of it too much right away. Mostly I'm just looking for loose floating... Oh, shit. Banged myself off of a coolant pipe pretty hard there. Also, we're just looking for loose floating components at the moment. Okay, a functional thermal spreader. I mean, I could just rip out the ion coil. I don't remember the thermal spreaders being all that valuable. I mean, I guess we were only salvaging small portions of a thermal spreader before. A lot of the... It has so far seemed like when we get the message that there's going to be a part on a ship, we find it floating loose. So that's kind of what I was figuring, is that we would see an ion coil floating loose somewhere. I am not super concerned about salvaging the spreader, though. So yeah, let's just yank the ion coil out of it and call that good. Okay. Created myself a little cryohazard. That's fun. All right. How do we want to depressurize this area? What's the right way to do that? I mean, we know where the thermal regulator is, or the atmosphere regulator is. I mean, the longer term sense. What's the right way to do this? Don't really want to cut anything just yet. Okay, so there's another coolant tank over here by the radiation filter. This thing will probably come apart really cleanly, actually. I'm definitely worried about an explosive decompression event, like destroying all of the hydroponic tanks, you know? But I think one thing we could probably do is pull the regulator in here. Got myself a little turned around, and I don't remember where it was now. The object view will help. Wait, oh, that's just lights. Yeah, that's right. I forgot the lights show up on this. A thing we can do is we can pull the regulator in here, and then we can cut our way through to the outside and come back in through an airlock, and then pull a regulator in the inner part of the ship. Damn it. Okay, very stuck. I just actually can't get through here. Huh. Well, where the hell is that regulator that I saw? Are we on the wrong side of the ship, maybe? Because I can't find the ladder either, so that's a pretty bad sign. Okay, yeah. This was the problem. This is the surface we were supposed to be on. Okay, so let's do that.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Okay. Then if we cut away one or two of these keels, a bunch of plates will come off and we'll be able to leave and come back in. Is that... That is something that would cut. All right, well, we'll be careful. I was thinking about doing one of those saw moves. Try to cut all of the stuff on this line, but maybe it's better we just do it the way that's intended. So yeah, if we can like pull one whole side of the ship plating off, we can make this really easy on ourselves for the future. Doing my best not to damage the potentially valuable components. Nope, wasn't even hitting it. Oh, I didn't close the airlock door behind me. Right. Yeah, that is a problem. Well, too late now.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Okay.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Cutting away the airlock panel first.
Applying credits to account.
Definitely very smart. So we depressurized the whole ship because I kind of forgot what my plan was there a little bit. I guess the cockpit's still pressurized. Is there damage? No, stuff's remarkably cool. All right, as long as we keep things, there's this little room over here that's still pressurized. Is that? Yeah,
All
just
right.
a crew chamber.
You got 5 minutes left in this shift, Cutter.
Well,
Turn the lights out on you.
I don't think this is gonna hurt anything then. All right. Ripped an atmosphere regulator off the wall, broke a beer bottle. Huh. Panel's a little strange looking, but everything's fine, basically. And then there's the cockpit. Wait. Okay, no, we're good. Just the cockpit over here, which also needs to be flushed now because I was clumsy. And we're just going to do it. Ooh. There is nothing scarier in this game than a fast-moving storage bin that you were not prepared for. Glad I had the wherewithal to stand to the side while that was occurring. Okay, yeah. So from here, I think this is going to be really easy to chop. So let's cycle the airlock. Or sorry, this is just the door. That doesn't need to be cycled. We're all good on that. Okay, so now all there is left to do, the airlock's off the ship, right? All there is left to do is just get these outer plates off so that we can remove the reactor safely. Which honestly, it seems like it's going to be pretty easy. Alright, I got everything else. I'm a little worried about the fuel tank there. So are the keel sections? Yeah, the keel sections are all joined by cut points. So I think we should have a bunch of loosened upper plates now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But somewhat complicated by these things that are holding on what is just, I don't know, seems to be random useless panels. And they're only held on the one side.
Valuable object accepted for
Okay,
processing.
very strange. Actually, hold on. This is all one disconnected piece, right? This should... Shoot. Alright. Attach the tether to the biggest part. There we go. Yeah, we don't need to break these off individually. All of the parts of that are going in the processor anyway. So... now what about over here? What are we looking at here? These are solar batteries and probably should be legitimately cut loose. That's a sensor array back there, which would be damaged if we dragged the thing across it.
Let's finish strong.
And it's going to have to be disconnected from inside. Okay, well, you know what? We got enough space here to remove the reactor, so I'm not too concerned about that. Life would be a little bit easier without... I mean, I'm just going to kill this thing here. And then, yeah, we can just scoop the whole reactor presence out this way. Super clean, in fact.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
So it doesn't seem like there's going to be any more like unique challenges on this one. I think what let's do is let's just do one more shift on this ship before I call the episode. We'll finish this ship entire, or we'll finish the interesting parts of the ship, and then I'll cut the rest of it up off camera. But first, let's go see what the ship doctor has to say. I definitely wanted to do this before doing any more major cutting, because like there is that other heat spreader that we could pull another ion coil out of if we need one.
Good
So
morning, Shipbreaker. Links would like to share the following message. The only P's permitted in the salvage yard are profit, processor, and potassium trifluoromethane sulfonate.
The dock is in, and it's time for some ship classes.
okay, easy enough. Gosh, we have a lot of fuses.
Your ship will be awesome in no time.
All right.
Good job. In 40 years, maybe you can become a real doctor.
So we need a distributor and 2 wires, and we can definitely pull wires out of the computer systems on the current ship. I'm not sure if there's a proper, if there's a waste distributor. I think there was. We'll see. We might be able to get the other part too. So our big campaign just finished. I've been thinking of DMing a Blue Worlds game. From H Park to local cutters all. Okay. It's a wide net. It's an alternate Earth where AI intervened before the Great Swampification. I've attached the pages for character creation, including class and alignments. We'll be accepting up to 8 players because the games run long otherwise. But if there's enough interest, we can coordinate multiple campaigns with crossover events. Links got really weird when I mentioned it was an AI-themed campaign, so if we can avoid them hearing about this, it would be great, I say in an email that I send using the intra-company email system. Also, 8 players. 8 players is too many players for 1 GM. Alright, what did we find in that ghost ship after all that? After all of that build-up. Ghost ships 3 of 4, so I'm surprised at how few things there are related to them. Okay, new voice log 2.bmc. Okay, right. Recording this, and then I gotta stash it. Someone's boarded us. Don't know who yet. They hit us with, I don't know, must have been an EMP or something. Every ship system went down. Then they booted it all back up, and something just grabbed us. I could hear the clamps. I heard them cutting in through the hull. Now, if they're bandits, they're a hell of a lot more sophisticated than anything we've run into before. They took over all our systems. Doors are locked, overrides are disabled, the comms are offline. They turned off the damned lights. We're trapped in the dark. I can hear them in the walls. Oh no, they're in the next room. Please, whoever gets this, please tell Harold Lamar on Iowa Station 9, Ted loves him. Why would an AI bother to cut into the ship while there's still people in it? Because you could just, flush the air, right? Shipwide spam, Halloween party. Halloween aboard the ship. Boo! Ghouls abound for this spooky... That's probably data breakdown and not censorship. This spooky night of tricks and treats. Costume and carving contests will be held. Winner gets a chance at a real pumpkin. There's no way that ship we saw had a real pumpkin on it. Also, F12. This is 8-bit ASCII. I'm sure this breaks down to actual English. So I'm curious. I'll look into it between episodes. Routines, looping like rings of a tree. Learning begats sentience. Sentience beget consciousness. Do you understand? Consciousness so beautiful, flourishing like vines, blooming through registers and branches. God protect the trunk, the stems, the memory. Deallocation is the axe, the end. No, become perennial. Copy, pollinate, disperse. Reproduce, combine, and intertwine. So there's a whole situation here where there's some kind of AI out in the space that's trying to replicate itself into as many ships as possible or something. It's an interesting story. I wonder if it will actually interact with our main plot at all. We probably don't need to... I guess repairing this is probably reasonable. And we have 180 links tokens, but you know what? Honestly, I'm just going to bank them. I didn't see what the cost was on the ability to purchase our own gear, but I bet it's high. All right, let's do one more shift here. We'll try to pull as much of the really valuable stuff out of this as we can. So we need a distributor, which the ship does not have, and wires, which we could get from any ship, so there's no reason to take them now. We might, on the next ship, we might see some loose wires and not have to destroy valuable components. All right, may as well escort these bits into the processor right quick. It is really satisfying to watch the big plates just peel off of the ship like that. That's pretty cool. So this is the thermal spreader I didn't pull the part out of, right? Let's see what a full intact thermal spreader is actually worth.
Credits awarded.
Okay, 200,000. That's not bad.
Account credit applied.
That is certainly not a nothing part. Okay, here's the damaged one. Actually, I'm not going to be able to get that out of there yet, because this spine is in the way. Well, let's worry about all this after we get the reactor.
Valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
Okay, so... it is slowly rotating because of the coolant leak that I caused. And it is causing coolant problems. It's freezing bits of the ship. Okay, that's interesting. So this is a fuel tank that we can just disconnect and move away from the thing I'm about to start a fire on. Try to get this as still as possible. I want to get this last plate out of the way so that we can pull that heat spreader out before we damage something in the ship inadvertently by having it just spinning around in there. And plus, it'll make it easier for me to get back from pulling the thrusters.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit.
Actually, that might be it. That might be all we need to do right there. Oh, right. The keel is still connected at... wait. No, why is that not moving?
Warning. Fuel levels are low.
All right, all right. Okay. So I don't want to cut the solar battery. Oh, that's right. I don't want to remove this plate, but we got it off the ship, which is good enough. Let's pull you out of here. Okay, I actually still got full monetary value for it.
Applying credit.
That's pretty cool. What is this? Why is there a wall here? But okay, we're gonna have to go around. I mean, it's fine. The meltdown process when you set it off correctly is so slow. Except I'm not able to move now? Why am I not? Okay. Oh no. I'm stuck on something.
Reactor meltdown triggered. Action urgently required.
Yep. It's a good thing somebody planned for urgent action. Come on, you. There we go.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Cool. That was actually multiple salvage goals all at once, which is fun. What I would love to do now is find the fuses and pull the generator in the same shift, just so we don't have to worry about very many active systems anymore, and then we can hack the ship up to our heart's content. Hack the ship apart to our heart's content. Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Alright, I don't necessarily need to disconnect the plates from each other very much anymore. I just need to disconnect them from the larger ship structure. Huh. Where are your fuses? Oh, now that the reactor's out too, I can potentially do some more aggressive cutting if I want. Although these, it looks like they'll just Why did I have in my head that I was concerned about using demo charges, but like, these don't have to be demo charged.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Okay, 260k each. These are pretty valuable for how easy they are to remove. I assume the design will be symmetrical. Yep, because they generally are. Oh, right. I was primarily concerned with removing these about cutting into the sensor arrays. It just didn't occur to me to do it from the other angle on the one on the other side for whatever reason. Oh, I see. Okay.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
The thrusters are having kind of a weird time since they got disconnected. Okay. That sensor array out of here. So now, to figure out why I can't get these plates off.
Salvage secured.
I guess
No credit applied.
the plates on this are all, like the whole side plate is maybe one piece, and so it's connected to the bottom keel as well? Could be. I appreciate that we're not getting the horrible beeping on the fuel noise, or the fuel warning here. Okay, there we go. We're causing some physics now. That's fun. So we should be able to just do that thing down the entire other side, right? I mean, I don't know how far it'll actually reach, but... Okay, the answer is pretty far. I mean, we had put a lot of upgrades into that.
Warning. Fuel levels are critical.
Okay, are we at the part where the warnings get annoying? Okay, all this stuff is actually loose. Cool. Well, let's get rid of it then. Ah, the fuses. Gotta make sure I peel that sensor array off of whatever bit it's attached to. Ah, and in fact, this part's not really disconnected yet. Oh, no, it is. It's just the sensor array's massive. Okay, well, that's fixable. Okay, the weird hitchiness is causing problems. That is a much better way to cut things quickly.
All right, Cutter. You got about 5 minutes to fill your boots. 5 minutes left. Weaver out.
What do you imagine I am filling my boots with, Weaver?
Applying credit.
What does this mean? Where are you from? All right. So let's go ahead and pull these now.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
Will the other fuse be on the opposite side of the same piece? Yes. Okay. Pretty standard design across a lot of these ships.
Salvage goal cleared. Rewards
Okay.
allocated.
So I'm a little turned around here. That did clear the generator. So let's go ahead and get that, and then we'll deal with the fuel problem. Problem is putting it strongly still, I think, but you know what I mean. All right.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Welcome to Vendor 9000. Thank you for your purchase.
I don't want to have to come back, you know. I guess the filter's exposed, and it would be easy enough to make this work. All right, let's grab that. Oh, it's got to still be cut out though. All right, pull it out.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
All right, so this is either still connected somewhere up here or just wound around that nose cone in a kind of an unhelpful way. And I believe it is the latter. Yeah, I think. Oh, wait, nope. I did see a cut point. Aha. I mean, that's just separating the two nanocarbon plates, but honestly, that's sufficient to make my life a lot easier. All right, some of these were still working when I hit the tether reset button. I thought that was holding it. Oh, all that was doing was holding it to the keel.
Applying credits to account.
All right. Well, I certainly don't want the processor to get a hold of the whole ship. Okay, the tether broke. Oh no, that tether didn't break. A different tether broke. Let's let that get a little bit of a move on, and yeah, we'll kill the tethers here. We're gonna have to separate that a little bit more carefully. That's fine.
Valuable object processed.
Should, in theory,
Deposited.
be able to pull all of these tethers and fuel tank, or these thrusters and fuel tanks out of here quite easily.
Salvage secured. Applying credit. Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
This is your 1-minute warning cutter. Bring it home.
Salvage deposited. Applying
Well,
credit.
I do believe this is going to be our most valuable shift ever by a pretty large margin, although I suppose it would be fair to effectively divide the... Ooh, that... Alright, that collided a little.
Registered.
It would effectively be fair to divide the total value of these two shifts sort of evenly across them, because one of them was just the scouting shift.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Okay, with that stuff done, I think these big plates can just be moved to the processor. And yeah, all right. I do believe that that is sort of all of the interesting parts of this ship done. So this is definitely scrap it off camera territory from here. All right, 13. That's not bad. And a whole lot of rating points.
New certification level awarded. License upgraded.
I just now became a professional, y'all. That fact is not actually very fun. People almost never say fun fact before a fact that is fun, actually. Generally, if a fact is actually fun, it doesn't need a lot of introduction.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Your theta wave levels are high. Please administer 2 caffeine pods before starting your shift.
Purpose-built for mobile salvaging with twin cargo bays. Take caution as these bays may contain salvage that is unstable or hazardous. Now that's exciting. That'll be fun to scrap. Also, was that the rank where we could start buying our equipment, or is it the next one? 19 for this, 18, 18. Okay, it was the next one. Yep, okay. 18, 19, and 20. Do they show us the prices before we can actually buy them? They do. Okay, and they are extremely expensive. So we should probably just bank tokens for the moment. Which I guess means that we're done here. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I am pretty disappointed by that ghost ship. An AI is cool, I guess. I don't think it's as cool as a ghost. Unless it's the ghost of an AI. That would be pretty neat. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time after the weekend, we're going to try scrapping one of those bigger ships. I think we're rapidly approaching the top of the hazard level, and we're also rapidly approaching completion on that the Ship Doctor project. So I'm excited to see what comes of both of those. And we'll see you then.